Hey, 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 happy Monday. Can you believe it? It's Monday, y'all. So that means it is time for Mondays in the Meditation Room with Dr. K for Life Musing. So glad you are here, whether you're live or you are watching the replay and you're sharing it with somebody else. Welcome, welcome. Just take a moment. It's just about the end of the day. Just take a deep breath in and release it. Oh, one more. Why not? For good measure. Take a deep breath in. Oh, and release it. You made it, y'all. You made it to the room. Mondays. Hallelujah. In the meditation room with Dr. K for Midlife Musings. This is the space and place where you can find all things empowerment and enlightenment for Black women in midlife, where we are redefining, reimagining, and giving even a rebirth of ourselves of sorts in this new amazing season called midlife. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the room. Go ahead and text a sister, call a sister, right? Jump on and send an email, say, come on into the room. Welcome, welcome. We're so excited just to be here. I'm just glad to be alive. How about you? Man, welcome to summer. It's summer. June 21st was the summer solstice. We have slipped into a new season, y'all. Do you believe it? We were just talking about spring, and here we are in summer. Yeah, that time on the 21st when the earth in its rotation around the sun is tilting towards the sun, so that in the northern hemisphere above the equator we are experiencing summer. And do you believe it that on the whole other half of the world they are going into winter? I don't know about you, but I'm glad that it's summer. Hey, hey, and hey, hey, Sister Max. So glad you're here with me on today. And when you are watching, please feel free to leave comments, even if you're watching, and especially if you're watching the replay. Go ahead and leave a comment, start a conversation, ask a question, because this is our space. This is our time to support each other, encourage one another, so that you don't feel like you're all alone in both the madness and the magnificence of this rite of passage called midlife. And if you are in that place of perimenopause, menopause, or postmenopause, somewhere in between, this is the place. Ask your questions, share your experience, what you're going through, because this is a sisterhood. So welcome, welcome. Welcome to Mondays in the Meditation Room. So not going to hold you long on this Monday evening. Just wanted to just acknowledge that this is the end of the month. It's June. It's the last Monday in June, and we have 4 more days until we enter into a brand new month, which is July, and summer will be kicked off into high gear, getting ready for the 4th of July weekend and celebration. And I just want to always, towards the end of the month, to make sure we stop, we breathe, acknowledge that we've come through just about an entire month and everything that's going on. If you take inventory of what you've done, what you've handled, what you've taken care of, how your emotions have been up and down and all around just in the month of June. For those of you who are still taking care of children, and you had children who graduated from some level of education, or maybe you did. Yay, right? Maybe you had to deal with prom and going to see your children's prom, or your grandchildren's prom, your neighbors, your godchildren. You had a lot going on. June was a busy month. It was Black Music Month. Did y'all realize that? Did y'all take some time to listen to some good music? Celebrate and support some music artists this month by buying their music. But even just your daily life, whether you're going to work every day, y'all, and just every day having to make decisions about what's going to happen, even if it's something as simple as what you're going to eat for dinner. Just decisions. Just think about the fact that you've made decisions all day, every day, for the last 26 days. Yeah. And acknowledge that you've handled some things, or you may have experienced some things that you weren't planning for, you weren't expecting. You may have had some losses that you've had to deal with you weren't expecting. You may have dealt with some challenging physical issues or emotional issues, whatever it is. Acknowledge that you've made it this far. Pat yourself on the back. As Legacy says, bravo, bravo. Give yourself a round of applause, because sometimes we get to the end of the month and all we do is beat ourselves up or stress about what we didn't get done, what we didn't do, what we forgot to do. We fell off the wagon, or maybe our health goals, or we didn't get as much sleep as we planned to, or something didn't go right this month. And you get to the end of the month and you're like, oh man, and you're only frustrated or full of angst or anxiety because you didn't get it done. Well, can I tell you, I really want us to be in a place where we let it go, right? That's what we're just having a conversation about, the perfect ending to a new beginning. That long as you are alive, long as you're here, long as you're well, even though this month of June is ending, just say it's a perfect ending, right? Right. And so the paragraph for tonight was, agree with yourself that you will allow the ending of this month to be the beginning of something beautiful. In other words, encourage yourself. If you have to continue on into the next month, finishing a project or starting over again, or something you said you were going to do in June, right? It was mid year. Maybe you had something that you had promised you would do for yourself by the middle or mid year and you didn't do it. Well, unless the world ends tomorrow, right? You have an opportunity to continue it. And that's the thing. We're so rigid sometimes with our timelines and what we say we're going to do, that we feel emotionally that's the end of the world, when really those time frames and budget times and boundaries that we put in place causes us more stress sometimes, and we feel like when it ends, it's the end of the world. Look at it a little bit more permeable, right? Or malleable. That if you didn't get it done, if you have some more days coming, then you can continue on or start over or continue on with your list. I have a list sometimes and I put today and I put today's date, and the goal is to get to those things that day. Guess what? If I don't get to all of them on that day, then so the next day, on today, I put the new date, and if I didn't finish it yesterday, I put it back on the list. And I give myself some compassion, and I'm patient with myself, right? So let's say it again. Agree with yourself that you will allow the ending of this month to be the beginning of something beautiful. Yes, right. So it just means then the end of the month should signify for you to just stop and reflect, do some introspection. How am I feeling now that I've gotten to the end of this month? Where am I emotionally? Where am I? Do I need to make some major or minor adjustments? Do I need to let something go? Maybe I need to scratch it off my list of things to do and not even put it back on the next list, right? And guess what? Give yourself permission to do that. You good. You a grown a woman, right? See, we if we were, you know, in our serenity experience, or while in our mental lounge, we say what we need to say. Right, but you give yourself permission to make decisions for yourself and don't second guess yourself. And I know it can be hard, right? I'm preaching to the choir. I know it. I'm talking to myself too, because sometimes I can get so uptight when I get to the end of the month and I've made these, declarations of what is going to happen And I can get frustrated and like, oh my God, I didn't do this or I didn't do that. And then I have to stop, take a step back and breathe. And then how about this? Think about the last 3 weeks or so and look at the calendar and see all that stuff that was on your calendar. And I have to look at my calendar and say, oh my God, I I did a lot. I accomplished a lot, even though there's some things that still need to be done, but I did accomplish a lot. And then I celebrate myself for that, and you should too. Right? So what no regrets, just lessons and allowing. Ugh, so good. Can y'all say it with me? No regrets, just lessons and allowing. What did I learn about myself? What did I learn about somebody else? What did I learn? What did I observe? What am I taking in as something that's going to help me evolve and grow this month? So no regrets because you can't change it and you can't fix it. So why live in a state of, oh man, I wish I had done this. Oh man, I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have said that. You can acknowledge something that wasn't maybe the best situation, the best scenario, the best decision. You can acknowledge it and then say, well, I shouldn't have did that. Let's not do that no more. Or let's do it like this. Let's learn. No regrets. Just own your decisions because that means whatever decision you made throughout this month or decisions you made, that means you made them in the best state of consciousness that you were in that moment. And give yourself grace because whatever decisions you made, whatever you did or did not do, that's all and the best you could have done in that moment. So beating yourself up and living in regret is not going to help. So just lessons because we're here to learn, we're here to grow, and most of all, we're here to learn ourselves. Because that's what midlife is, right? It's about the opportunity of journeying back home to yourself, acknowledging and being authentic and growing into the best you that you can be without comparing, right? And I know that's hard, believe me, I know. But today I had to make a conscious decision to stay off of Facebook and Instagram because it triggers me because I'm in the midst of planning an event, I'm doing some other things. And if I'm seeing other things, my mind can get overwhelmed and convoluted with what I think I should do, what I should be doing. Oh man, maybe I should do that, and I step outside of my authentic self and what my plan and purpose is for me and what I'm supposed to be doing. So sometimes you have to shut the noise out. Sometimes you have to not engage so that you don't so that you don't get or become overwhelmed emotionally. Sometimes it's just too much noise because we're constantly connected and our brains are constantly going. So let's just learn how to just what? Breathe and release it. No regrets, just lessons and allowing. In other words, if you look back over your life and you found that you were so busy trying to control stuff, fix stuff, make stuff happen, being upset because things didn't happen, maybe in your timeline, or it just didn't work out, or you were frustrated over life's disappointments and disruptions, right? Then the best thing we can do is just allow it because when we push back so hard, one of the mystics says that some of our suffering is based on our unwillingness to accept things as they are. Now, I'm not talking about accepting things that's hurtful, that's abusive, that causes damage. I'm talking about sometimes something as simple as I could not get my car to the shop, or I was supposed to get it out, but I can't get it out today. Is it causes disruption and it can cause frustration, right? Or I didn't have as much money as I thought I was going to have to do certain things. I'm going to have to rework my vacation or rework my day off, or I might have to adjust my spa day, whatever it is. Know that life comes with those interruptions and I have to talk to myself and remind myself of that all the time. How about y'all? right? So when we just allow it, in other words, since we can't control it, since we can't change it, since we can't stop it, it's just like being mad because it's raining. That used to be me all the time. Oh my God, it's raining. I can't go to the grocery store. I don't want to get wet. I don't want to be out there. Man. Oh my God, is this? Oh, it's raining, Lord. And I had the Holy Spirit was like, it's just rain. You need rain. The earth needs rain. So why are you tripping? Because it's raining. Sunny days will come back. So it's raining. If you need to go somewhere, get some rain boots and your umbrella and get out there and drive because your car does have windshield wipers, right? And if you got to run to Target to do something, you might have to go look. You know what I start doing, y'all? If it started raining, I had to run errands. I would just go on out there, do what I had to do. Or I did this. I would drive all the way to Annapolis if I had to go to Target. Why? Because they got an underground parking lot. So, right, it just, a little further out the way. But then, God always has options for us if we just breathe and slow down and listen and hear and be okay, right? And so, just allow, and it will keep your nervous system quiet. You won't be in that fight or flight system, releasing all of that cortisol in your system that can make you sick, right? And why is that so important? So that you and I don't feel like victims and to know that we always have a choice in how we respond to things, right? That's good, right? So it's summertime, right? As we get ready to even sign off already, right? So it's summertime, right? And summertime is the right time to release and breathe forward. It is the time for us to slow down. So many of us are like rushing, and it has become so much of our normal that we don't even realize how much we're rushing, how much we're going, how much our mind is going, how stressed we are because it's become our normal. Well, it's summertime. So embrace this new season and slow down. Make sure you find some time, not just some time, but as much time as you possibly can over the summer just to slow down, to catch up with yourself, to catch up with your own breath and your own mind, to sit down and drink a cup of tea, a glass of cold tea, a glass of cold lemonade, or I don't know, sangria, whatever it is, you can just sit down and relax. And guess what? Sit down long enough to drink a whole glass of something, to have a full conversation that's not interrupted with, oh, wait a minute, hold up. Oh, yeah. Oh, wait a minute, hold up. Let me. Do you acknowledge or realize how many times in a conversation you're supposed to be having with somebody that you stop and pick up your phone? I know I do because it's become habit. We have rewired our brains to constantly be on trying to do more than one thing at once. And it is not good for us at all. I'm trying to wing my own self, right? So it's the pot calling the kettle black, all of us. And find a summer book to read, right? I think me and my friend Pastor Vita, we were down at the harbor during on Juneteenth and went into Mahogany Bookstore. So support Black businesses, y'all. Going down to the harbor, either order online or go down there, go into Mahogany Bookstore. I'm so excited because now they have a little cafe in there. I mean, you can't sit down, but cafe where you can buy coffee and smoothies and snacks by Black owned businesses. But we were in the bookstore. We was like, you know what? We need a summer read. What are we going to read? She ran into a friend of hers that's part of a book club, and they're reading Sunny Hostin's novel. Um, and I'm going to look it up so I can give you the name. And so they had just sold out, and because different people are reading. So those of you, Sunny Hostin is one of the hosts of On the View, and she wrote a book, and it's called Summer on the Bluffs. Summer on the Bluffs. It's a novel. We were like, yeah, there's so much going on. I have to read so many different things for different things. I was like, for this summer, I think I just want to read something fun, light, and read that for the summer. So, as find a book to read that is fiction, that's fun, that can take you away into a whole nother world, that's fun. And maybe grab a couple, you don't have to be a part of a book club, but grab a couple of your girlfriends and say, hey, y'all, let's read this book, and let's find some time to sit around with some summer beverages, mocktail, cocktail, whatever you want, some nice fresh fruit salads, and let's just have a conversation. Not about spouses, not about children, not about grandchildren, not about work, not about money, not about the future, but in that moment, have some girlfriend time, right? Have some girlfriend time and just laugh. And if you're in midlife, like the women that come to Mondays in the meditation room with Dr. K, laugh about, girl, what is happening with these hot flashes? What you do about these hot flashes? Girl, are you sleeping? Let's try this to get some sleep, right? What are we doing? Just talk about some things that will make you laugh and release those endorphins, those feel good hormones, and just enjoy. That's what summer is for. If you can't afford to go far, grab a couple of your girlfriends or even go by yourself. Y'all can just drive down to Sandy Point, y'all. Sit on the bench and look out at the water. Take your shoes off. I don't know about getting in that water, but I'll look at it and walk on the beach. Take your shoes off. Let your feet hit the ground and feel grounded, right? Slow down. That's my admonition to us today as women, because we can be so wound up, so tight, taking care of everybody else. But let's slow down, right? I'm going to read it one more time, y'all. This is the perfect ending to a new beginning, right? Agree with yourself that you will allow the ending of this month to be the beginning of something beautiful. No regrets, just lessons, and allowing. Summertime is the right time to release and breathe forward. Right? Remember the beginning of our time, we talked about how summer solstice happened at like 10:38. I think it was AM. Can't remember if it's AM or PM, where we literally slipped over into summer. Whereas the earth goes around the sun, summer solstice is the longest day of the year in the northern hemisphere, where the earth axis is tilted toward the sun, so that we are the closest to the sun, get the most impact of the sun in summertime. Y'all, that's so good. Listen, I'm saying allow yourself, get some sunblock on, but allow yourself to tilt towards the sun and let it revive you. Let it warm your heart, warm your spirit. Make sure you get some sunblock on. Shameless plug. Y'all know how I am about black businesses. There's a black girl that has her a sunblock. A young black girl created a line for black girls sunblock. Right. Use that. Put some on, get out there in that sun and lean into the sun, just like the earth is leaning into the sun and feeling the full impact of the sun, which causes summer. Lean into it, let that sun warm you so that you can begin to sense that this is a new season and it's my season to slow down. Right? We got 4 more days for June, and then we'll be in a new month, July 1st. 4 more days. The spiritual meaning of the number 4 is support and stability and grounded, being grounded. Yes, I don't know about you, but I want to feel sturdy and sure and confident. And sometimes when we're rushing so much, we can't even feel that. So slow down in these next 4 days. Do something that helps you feel grounded, right? Support and stability. If that means going outside, taking your shoes off, and just standing on the grass and the ground, feel the ground beneath you, that it's holding you, that you're going to be all right, right? It's like looking at the what causes stability for a chair is four legs, or a table, it's four legs, right? And so we want to make sure we slow down and pay attention to the four things that helps us be grounded, that we're well physically, we're well emotionally, we're well mentally, and we're well spiritually. When those four things are beginning to work and have some synergy, and you're paying attention and you're being healed and whole in those areas, you will feel grounded. I don't know about you, but there's been some times when I felt so much disequilibrium. I didn't feel grounded. I felt I couldn't even touch the ground. I just was just always going, going, going. But what I really needed was to get grounded. I needed to pay attention, because when you're going all the time, you're not paying attention, right? Sometimes we're driving absent-mindedly because we're still trying to look at our phones. We think our mind is racing and we're not paying attention, and that's distracted driving. Most of us are doing distracted living. We're so busy trying to handle more than one thing at once, right? Thinking we are multitasking, and we are not. We are doing a disservice to our brain, because our brain is not wired to multitask. Our brain is wired to focus on something that's right there in front of us, right? So we can have so much distracted living that we're not paying attention to our physical self, we're not paying attention to our emotional health, or our mental health, or our spiritual health, which is the things that makes us feel supported and stable and grounded. Here at Enlightened Women, Mondays in the meditation room, we do Serenity Experience. It's not just helping us to reimagine and rebirth and reinvent ourselves during midlife. It's our midlife inner life, helping us to grow and evolve to handle everything that comes with this amazing rite of passage. Woo, y'all, that was so good to me. I might have to sit down and watch this again myself. Before we go, let me invite you to come to the Serenity Experience 2023. Saturday, September 23rd, at the Pearl Modern Spa and Boutique in Columbia, Maryland. It will be a brief, intensive time for us to gather and to just focus on ourselves. It's going to be a masterclass in you, the Serenity Experience, well worthy, wealthy. We're going to begin at 2 p.m., go to about 5 or a little earlier, and we'll have some our opening time with the tea, and then do some lunch, and then we will just have some time where we will work on rediscovering ourselves, empowering ourselves, going inward, and all the time having fun and being in a safe and sacred place as we manage and master this journey of midlife. You do not want to miss it. It's always an amazing, transformative time. You can go to enlightenedwoman.global/serenity and register, right? And or just enlightenedwoman.global. When you get there, you'll see the prompts to register and more information about that wonderful time that we're going to spend together. And we're starting at 2, which is something new for us, which will allow you to take full advantage of the spa. You can, when you go to the website, you will see the phone number or the email address. If you got emails from me, you'll see that, where you can go and make spa appointments, or register for a movement class before or after. I'm so excited about this opportunity for us to gather as women in midlife, learning how to rediscover the joy of who we are in midlife and beyond, mastering our midlife inner life. But it is going to be fun. You can make some payments. You see the arrangements for payment arrangements, or pay in full, when you go to the website. And I'm so excited. We're going to do some upgrades. You can do upgrade, where after we're finished, we're going to do a private healing water session. It'll just be the tribe inside, where there's the pool and the steam room and the the jacuzzi and salt room, and just time for us to just bond and have a great time. Or you can go and do some more spa treatments if you can get an appointment. Yes. And so we're asking that you would go once again, enlightenwoman.global/serenity, or just go to enlightenwoman.global and you'll be taken to the page as well. And let me invite you to level up your registration to VIP, because then you come hang out with us on Friday night. Yes, for our Passion PJ party. We're calling it Hormone Happy Hour. Hot flashes, man, hot flashes, emotions, libido. Oh my, we're gonna have Dr. Marcia Levi there with us talking about how we can mitigate and deal with our hormones, but it's gonna be doing it in a fun way. We're gonna do some movement. It's just gonna be a great time for the pajama party. And speaking of pajama party, you can make the weekend a getaway, me time, whatever. Go ahead and get a room. We're gonna be at the Meriwether Lake House Hotel. It's a brand new redone hotel by the Marriott right on the lake, just a stone's throw away from the Pearl. And go when you go to the website, you can click and make reservations for your room as well. Make it an overnight real getaway, girlfriends getaway, upgrade to VIP, and come on hang out with us for the pajama party on Friday night. And even if you can't do that, just register, because Saturday all by itself is going to be amazing. So go ahead and do that, especially for the rooms, because there is a cutoff date. I want to say it's August something, but since we're almost in July, August will be here before you know it. So we don't want you to miss that if you want to be a part of it and making it an overnight trip or overnight opportunity. So thank y'all so very much for joining me on tonight for Mondays in the meditation room. So grateful that you came to spend some time with me as we journey together and we teach and support each other, so that we not only survive the season, but we thrive. And our whole perspective is changed as we see this as an opportunity to grow and to go for our dreams in the most confident self that we could possibly be. Yay! I love y'all. Thank y'all for coming by and hanging out with me. Share it with another sister. And I look forward to seeing you real soon. Bye.